Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Nathan and Micah's Discovering Disney podcast. We're glad you could join us here for our third video. As promised, today we will be ranking the Fantasyland attractions in Disney's Magic Kingdom. So our format is slightly different today since there are 13 total attractions. We didn't want to make a video that was too long, so we compiled one list between the two of us, and we are going to be alternating, going from worst to best as always, from 13 to 1, describing what we like and don't like about these different attractions, and eventually, we will get to our number one and tell you why it's our favorite. So starting off here, Micah is going to give you our consensus for the 13th and least favorite attraction in Disney's Magic Kingdom Fantasyland. Micah, what is our number 13 and why?
My number 13 is the Princess Fairy Tale Hall, and the only reason I have this one down here is just because it's not really like a ride, it's just like a princess meet and greet, and although I guarantee you it's pretty fun for like your princess lover, it's just not a ride, and a lot of the cool things in Fantasyland are rides, so that's why it's so low.
Okay, so that brings me to our number 12, and that is the Mad Tea Party. So this is technically a ride. It fits more into like the carnival category though, and that's why I'm not a huge fan of it. You get into these teacups based from Alice in Wonderland, and you are spinning around the entire time, so I advise you, if you have motion sickness, do not ride this ride. You will regret it, and you'll feel very sick. But that's essentially it. It's a spinny ride, like a carnival attraction, so that's why it falls all the way down here at number 12. Micah, what's our number 11?
Our number 11 is the Prince Charming Regal Carousel, and, again, it's just a carnival ride. Nothing too special about it. It does look really nice, though, I'll give you that. Nice way to cool off. You get a little breeze. It's just a nice little kid ride.
And this ride is a classic. I believe that Walt was inspired for the original Disneyland while sitting in front of a carousel, right?
They in Disneyland or Disney World, I forgot. They have a bench right by the carousel, and that bench is supposed to signal what the inspiration for Disneyland and Disney World was that he wanted some place where kids and adults could have fun together. And that's where he got inspired to make Disneyland. So.
Yeah, so this is a classic. It's a beautiful attraction. It looks cool. It's right behind the castle in Disney World in Orlando. But yet again, it falls under the carnival category, so that is why we have it down here at number 11. So our number 10 is Enchanted Tales with Belle. This is an immersive attraction. It's where you can meet Belle, correct? Where is this one? Where is this one located?
This one, I believe it's located near Be Our Guest.
Okay, so once again, for your princess lovers, if you're a Beauty and the Beast fan, this is an immersive attraction. It's not a ride, but you do get to meet Belle. Do you get to meet the Beast as well? I don't remember.
No.
You do not get to meet the Beast, so don't expect to meet the Beast, but you will meet Belle, especially if you love the movie. Hit this one up. Most people have great reviews for it, so it's a pretty fun attraction. So that brings us to number 9. Micah, what is our number 9?
Our number 9 is the Walt Disney World Railroad. I love the Walt Disney World Railroad. Now, I don't really consider this a thing around the whole land, but they do have stations for every land. So, I guess the Walt Disney World Railroad is temporarily closed because of the construction for Tron, which it's been closed for a while now, and I don't know when it's going to reopen. Probably when Tron comes out, it's going to reopen, but I'm pretty excited for when Tron comes out, and I'm also excited for when the railroad comes back. So.
And I must say again, the Walt Disney World Railroad does not fall under a specific land, as Micah was saying. It has stations in every land, so that's why we counted it here. Wait, does it have a station in Tomorrowland? I don't know if it does. Okay, it does have a station in Tomorrowland. So yeah, like I said in the previous video, it takes you around the entire circumference of the park, and it's just a classic attraction. Walt loved trains, and I must say again as a disclaimer, if you have a park hopper, this is a great one. Make sure you get on it, but if you are only in Magic Kingdom for one day, beware that it could take up some time if you want to spend your time elsewhere in the Magic Kingdom, but yet again, it gets off at every land, so it's not that long of a ride if you don't want it to be. Anyway, we are now back to our number 8, and the number 8 for our consensus list is the Barnstormer. This is a Goofy coaster, as in the character Goofy. It's very short. It's towards the back end of Magic Kingdom, close to the entrance to Tomorrowland. This is a great starter coaster for your little ones. It's not scary. It's a small coaster, but it's very fun. It's got a cool, goofy theme. It's like you're flying a plane.
One of my favorite parts is when you like fly through the billboard. I just thought that was always cool.
Yeah, you do fly through a billboard. It's not scary, so make sure to take your little ones on it. They will love it. Okay, so now we're back to our number 7. Micah, tell us, what is our number 7 consensus pick?
Our number 7 is Dumbo the Flying Elephant. This, before it was refurbished, I don't remember, I think it was back in 2010 or 2011. It was kind of boring, just like one little Dumbo ride that's just like a carnival ride. But after they refurbished this, man, it was a lot better. You got air conditioning, you have the little park where they give you like one of those beezer things, I forgot what they're called. But it like rings and it tells you, hey, your ride is now available. So you go over there and you ride Dumbo. And now after they changed it, it just looks beautiful. They have like all these fountains, they have like these statues, and it just looks way better after the refurbishment.
So what Micah was trying to describe was the waiting area for Dumbo, and they have just a wonderful new waiting area. It's a huge play place for your little kids, very immersive, great lines, so you don't have to worry about the wait. It can get a little long at times, but it's worth it because of the immersive line that they have, and not a lot of rides can say that. So make sure that you hit this one up. It's a classic at Walt Disney World. And a neat trick, make sure that you look out for the little peanuts in the ground.
Yes.
Dumbo loved peanuts, and those are engraved in the ground. I thought that was really neat when we were there the first time. So that will take me to our number 6, and that is Mickey's PhilharMagic. So PhilharMagic is a show, it's not a ride, and it actually centers more around Donald than it does around any other character, but
Yeah.
it is very it's very fun because it's 3D. It has that immersive factor to it. But at the same time, it does need an update. It's a little dated, and but it still has that Disney magic to it, and it's very fun to take your family to.
I love this attraction. Every time we go there, I enjoy it. I just like, I don't know why. This is one of my top attractions in Walt Disney World. I've loved this ever since I was like 4. This is the best.
It's a great show. It's fun. It's funny. It's 3D, like I said. It's a little dated. It should.
Yes, it could get an update.
I'm
yes.
hoping that it gets an update soon. But other than that, make sure you go into this show. It's not a long wait. It's fun. You'll enjoy. So, Micah, what is our number 5 on this list?
Number 5 is Winnie the Pooh. Such an immersive dark ride. I feel like one of my favorite parts about Disney dark rides is that you feel like you're being read a book to and you're inside the book. It's just beautiful looking. I feel like I'm in the book, and like I love it every time I go on it. This is probably like, we're probably going to say the same thing, that we love it, but that just shows you Disney World's such a magical place, and this is one of my favorite rides there.
Don't worry about it being a dark ride. There's nothing scary. It's great for kids. You do feel like you're in a book. Make sure you go on Winnie the Pooh. It's just, it takes you back to, however old you are, it takes you back to being a kid and learning about Winnie the Pooh for the first time and reading the stories. And if you haven't read the stories, make sure that you go look at them. They're fun-filled, and the ride, it just captures it perfectly. It's a great ride. So that brings me to our number 4, which is Under the Sea with Little Mermaid. This, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated attractions in all of Walt Disney World.
No one goes on this. Like, last time we went there, we walked on. There was no one in the line. We walked on. We were the only people in the ride. And that's crazy. This is such a good ride. You have to go on this. There's no wait. And if you have a Little Mermaid lover, this is a great ride for them.
The standard that Disney sets with its rides is very high, and this one meets it and goes beyond. This is an immersive ride. It reminds me of Nemo, just the structure of the ride, and the way that it's darker, but it's not completely dark, and just the visuals that you see, it's wonderful. And like I said, this is such a good value as far as waiting in line and spending your time in Magic Kingdom, because this wait is almost always walk on, which blows my mind. The theme is great for the line, the area, it has its own designated area, and the ride is just great. So make sure you go to Little Mermaid when you are in the Magic Kingdom.
There is a little hidden Mickey. If you're in the line, just the standby line, you see a little Nautilus, which is like a little ship. If you look to your left and you look at this rock, if you duck down a little bit, you can see Mickey in his Steamboat Willie outfit. So look out for that one.
Always look out for little Mickeys, hidden Mickeys when in Disney World. Those are, for those of you that might not know, those are shapes of Mickeys that you can see in different sorts of structures or layouts in Disney World. Just keep your eye out. You can see hidden ones all over the place.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
So we get here to our number 3. This brings us to our number 3 favorite attraction in Magic Kingdom's Fantasyland. Micah, what is our number 3?
Our number 3 is Peter Pan. This ride was so magical the first time I went on it. I remember I seen the tracks, and I'm like, oh, it's just like a little track ride, dark ride, like Winnie the Pooh. It's just a classic Disney ride. And then you see it go off the tracks, and I, being 4, I legit thought I was flying, and it was the coolest experience ever. And I still get that same feeling every time I go on it, so that's why it's this high up.
Yeah, this is a wonderful ride. Magical is a great word to describe it. You do feel like you're flying when you come off the tracks, and that's nothing to be scared of. Once again, it is a dark ride, but nothing to be scared of. The visuals are amazing, and you do feel like you're in the movie. So, but once again, I actually do need to mention something here. This always has a huge wait. You need to get a fast pass for this ride. I can't stress that enough. I almost forgot to say it. This is an enormous wait every time. It's one of the longest waits in Disney. I don't understand why, really, because it's rather short and it's not too thrilling of a ride, but make sure you get a fast pass.
So I saw a Disney meme the other day, and it said, despite Disney World being closed, Peter Pan still has a 75-minute wait, which I just thought was hilarious.
And that's relatable. That's pretty funny. But that's very relatable, because this ride, for some reason, always has a huge wait. I'm not saying it's a bad ride at all. It's a great ride. It's our number 3, but it shouldn't have this long of a wait, so you have to fast pass it. Okay, our number 2. That brings me to our number 2, which is It's a Small World, and this attraction is just an all-timer. It's a classic to Walt Disney World. I don't even know how to describe this. It's a river journey around the entire world, is the best way I could put it.
The happiest boat that ever sailed.
I guess so. The song, the jingle, is a little bit annoying at times.
It can get annoying, but it's classic.
It's classic. It repeats throughout the entire ride.
In different languages, though. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. So you need to hit this one up, because it's super relaxing and it takes you around the entire world. It shows you the diversity in different cultures, and you'll just have to see it. I promise you, it's a good one. There's a reason why it's our number 2. So, Micah, this brings us to our number 1. What is our favorite attraction in Fantasyland?
Our favorite attraction in Fantasyland is the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. This ride, when I was little, I wasn't that much of a big fan of coasters, but I still loved the theming of it, despite hating roller coasters. I loved the ride, but I went on it recently, and now I like coasters, so this is just an amazing experience. I've been on this ride countless times. It's so immersive. The theming is beautiful. I feel like I'm right in the cartoon.
Yeah, this is our number 1 for a reason. The theming is fantastic, one of the best in all of Disney World. It's a medium coaster. It's not a huge thrill ride, but I must also say it is the smoothest roller coaster I've ever been on in my entire life. It's new technology. This ride was built. What year was this ride built? Recently.
2014.
2014. So it's 6 years old at the time of this recording, but everything about this ride is great. Once again, get a fast pass. The wait is very long, but it's justified because of how great this ride really is. So make sure that you fast pass it, but hit this one up, because, like we said, it is definitely our favorite attraction in Fantasyland for a reason. So that will conclude our list for Magic Kingdom's Fantasyland attraction rankings from worst to best. This is Nathan signing out, and here's Micah saying goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone, and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.